Are you a runner looking for a good jogging stroller? Choosing the best jogging stroller can be a huge decision as a runner. I remember doing lots of research of which jogging strollers would be the best as a long distance runner. I'm going to share with you my experience of the best jogging stroller. Hi, I'm Shanna and I help moms reach their running and fitness goals. As a runner, you want a stroller that's going to give a smooth ride and can handle bumpy surfaces. You definitely want a stroller that is easy to push. You want a stroller that has plenty of storage space, nice big wheels, and reclining, comfortable seats for your children. And you definitely want a stroller that is going to hold up over time. And from experience, I can tell you that Bob strollers are extremely awesome. They held up very well over time. I have had my single stroller for 10 years and my double stroller for 8 years. So, extremely awesome strollers. I pushed my children in long runs, like 20-mile runs. So I know these strollers work very well and they just hold up. They're still going strong. I'm still using it with my third child. So I am going to review Bob jogging strollers. So here is the first stroller that I have ever purchased. It is a single Bob jogging stroller. It's the Ironman version. I believe this version is now discontinued and it is called the Bob Blaze, and it's a blue stroller, but this has been an amazing stroller and there's nothing wrong with it. I just think they updated it to give it a little bit better features, but I have no complaints with this one whatsoever. My children are 9, 7, and 1. They're all getting ready to be 10, 8, and 2 very soon, and this has just worked great. It has been a lifesaver for me, and it's a wonderful thing to bond with your kids, that's for sure. It's awesome. And I've had this stroller for 10 years because I got it for a baby shower gift 10 years ago. Love it. It's going to be hard to part with it when the time comes, for sure. My second stroller is the Bob Revolution. So this is the double stroller. I had my first two closer together. So when my first child was 2, my second child was born, and we purchased this Bob jogging stroller. It's been a great stroller also. Very great. And I've had this stroller for 8 years. And both of these strollers have held up extremely well over the years. Over these past 10 and 8 and 10 years, they've held up great. And like I said, not all strollers are created equal. These are very high quality strollers. You're really not going to be disappointed with Bob strollers at all, especially as a serious long distance runner. You are not going to be disappointed one bit. So let's talk about some of the features of these strollers. Bob Ironman stroller is now updated to the Bob Blaze stroller. And I've looked at the reviews of the Bob Blaze stroller, and they are also very amazing. Pretty similar features still, maybe a few minor changes to make this just a tad bit better. This is the Bob Flex Revolution. It's actually now it's updated to the 3.0 version. So let's talk about the single stroller's wheels. So these wheels are 16-inch wheels. These wheels are actually very old. They're original. I'm still using them. They really could use an update. But they're holding up, and they definitely have tons of miles on them. So these are 16-inch wheels, and they're just amazing. They're very durable. They're almost like riding a bicycle. It's that smooth. So 16-inch wheels, and it's a fixed wheel in the front. I like the fixed wheel personally the best. I don't really necessarily have to have the feature of the wheel that swivels, but especially for running long distances. So let's talk about the double stroller's wheels. So the double stroller's wheels, the two back wheels are 16-inch wheels. And then you have the single wheel in front. It's a 12-inch wheel, and it swivels. It locks in place for you to run, but I'll be honest with you, I actually didn't even have it locked when I would run because I just don't run as fast with 2 children, and it worked fine, but you're really supposed to have it locked. I'm just going to tell you the truth on that because it was a little harder to push when it was locked, for sure. So a serious runner might want to consider just having one that has a fixed wheel all the time. If you want to use it for multiple features such as taking walks and running, you might want to go with the swiveled wheel. So both of these strollers have semi-slick tires and alloy wheels. So very awesome wheels. You're not going to be disappointed with the wheels, that's for sure. So these strollers are definitely going to allow you to have a smooth ride for sure, because these tires allow you to go off-road on rocky paths or dirt paths. Tires are going to allow you to go all terrain here. So for sure, definitely a nice feature of that. So let's talk about the handle brake here. So each of these, here's the single stroller, and all of them have a handle brake. Very nice to use going downhill for sure. Definitely use this feature, because sometimes this stroller gains momentum. It can go pretty fast down a hill. So it's nice to have that handbrake there. And also the double stroller also has the handbrake here. So definitely a nice feature going downhill. The single bob stroller Ironman, it didn't have the option of an adjustable handlebar 10 years ago. It doesn't bother me any, but I could see if you are like a pretty short person or a very tall person, how that might be annoying, but I'm just an average height woman, so it really wasn't a big deal for me. It was a perfect height for me. I know now they have updated these to have the adjustable handlebar and the Bob Blaze, so it's nice to have. I was able to live without it, but this was the dually stroller here, and this has an adjustable handlebar. So you can just push these little red buttons on the side here, and you had to push them at the same time. And so you can just go up and down here with them. And see, you can go low if you like to push the stroller low. If you want to push the stroller high, you can move it up. So it is a nice feature to have, the option. But the double did have that. Also on both handlebars, which is a nice feature to have, is they have these straps. So you can put this around your wrist, so you can just have more control in case you lose control of your stroller. So both of these had this. I actually use this a lot. I wrap it around my wrist just so I make sure the stroller doesn't get away from me for whatever reason. And as you can see, I have this thing here on this, but that didn't come with the stroller. You actually had to buy that separate. So this was an additional piece you had to buy separate. I love having this. I feel like it's a must. I am not 100% sure if the new strollers have that feature, but you just might have to do a little research on that. I wasn't sure on that. But Bob has all these parts, accessories that you can add to these strollers to make them even better. So on these strollers also have a nice foot brake on them, so you can just kick it up and move it around and just kick it down to lock it. So it's a very nice feature to have. This one also has the same thing. You just push it down, move it up when you want to move it. This will lock it in place right here. So both strollers here have a peek and chat window. So if it's really sunny out, you can have it shaded. If you want the kid to have a little bit more sun, you can have it open here. It's kind of like a little sunroof here. So nice option to have. You can also roll this up and just like tuck it in here. If you want it out of the way, you can release it down. It also has Velcro, so it'll stick. And then these strollers here, the Bob double stroller, they both have these windows also. So the peek and chat windows, you can open them, you can close them. Same thing, you can roll it up and put it in this little accessory here. So definitely nice to have the option. You can have this thing's adjustable, you can have it all the way down. I know the newer ones, I think they said they upgraded it to have a longer sunshade, because this one is a little short. That's a feature that seemed like my kids' feet would get burnt, but I'm pretty sure they made that change and it is way better now. I know these sunshades are actually better than the single one. They did make that upgrade in 2014. So yeah, it does help cover more of the child's feet and stuff, gives them a little more shade. So they did upgrade that. Both of these Strollers have a nice storage basket you can put different items in, like baby toys or bottles, snacks, all that sort of stuff. Any accessories to keep kid warm and comfortable. Both have a nice size basket at the bottom here. Each of these strollers also have the option of having a car seat adapter on it for an infant, because you're at least supposed to have the infant car seat up to 8 weeks, or the first 8 weeks at least. And they don't really want you to start pushing the kid in the stroller until they're like have good head control. I think it recommends about like 8-9 months or something like that. I mean, that's what the recommendation is anyways. And so you can actually put the adapter in here. You do have to buy that separately. Both of these strollers have that adapter. So you would just put it right in there. Put it right in that hole there. Definitely an option, but you will have to pay for that separate, and you want to get the car seat adapter that would be for that specific car seat. Both of these strollers have adjustable seats, so each of them recline. So if they want to take a nap, they can recline them back. You would just adjust this part here and then they would go up. If you want to make them sit upright more, you would just tighten that up. And each of those have that same option here. So it would just drop down. I'm not going to drop it down today, but that's where you would drop it down at. And these strollers have extremely comfortable seats. They are padded here, very nice cushioned. I will say with the single one, there is a little bit of a padding here, but I did have to put a blanket when they took a nap, just for some extra support, because the kid often wanted to lean their head to the side here, and it was just more comfortable to have a small blanket there as a pillow. And it's very comfortable. I know my stroller's a little dirty, but it is very well used. It's definitely worth the money. I definitely got my money's worth out of both of these strollers. And yeah, this one also has very comfy, nice comfy seats also. And the fabric on these strollers are water resistant, so it's not going to be a problem to run in the rain with these strollers, or if they get wet. You might not want to be in a heavy downpour, but yeah, it's not going to hurt it if it gets wet, basically. So very good fabric on these strollers, very quality, durable fabric. Strollers also have reflectors on them, so if you are running in the early morning or later in the evening, it will reflect if a car light or something hits it. You have the 5-point harness seat here, very nice. You're not going to have to worry about it. Have adjustable straps here for bigger kids or smaller kids, and also has some extra storage on the side additionally. And if you just want to release it, all you do is push that, and that is exactly the same as this stroller. So same thing, 5-point harness straps. If you are interested in a Bob stroller, I have linked them in the description below. So I linked for the Bob Blaze stroller because that is the updated version of that is the updated version, and I also linked for the double stroller of the Bob Revolution 3.0, and you can also get that in a single stroller as well, but I just wanted to show you the difference between the single and the double. So please subscribe to my channel for anything, because I talk about anything related to running, and I also provide fitness tips and workouts. So make sure you subscribe to my channel to get the notifications of that, and see you next time.